Hi, everybody. Welcome to Astrology and Psychic Reading to Lady D. I'm your host for the next half an hour, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week that's been, and I'm sure this week coming up is going to be another one that's going to be amazing for you as well. So I start with the astrology like I always do every week. So this week we do have Venus moving into Virgo, which is going to be happening around like Monday, Tuesday, like around the 6th to 5th of September. With this, so Venus, it's love, it's relationships, but it's also our finances too. It's love and money I find with Venus. And being in Virgo, we're in Virgo season as well. So when you see Virgos or meet a Virgo, you'll find that they are very perfectionist, picky people. They like things to be perfect and they will pick hold of things and tell you what's wrong with something. They know how to fix something what's wrong, or they're very, if I always say, if you ever need someone to proofread something for you or check something, get a Virgo to do it because they will know what's wrong and fix it up for you. I have a friend that I get, she's a Virgo, and I get her to look at my stuff for that reason, especially if it's like anything to do with spelling or that I've got to publish. And or even like job applications. So they also like things to be nice, clean, and crisp, and you can't say no to a Virgo. So having Venus coming into Virgo, I feel like we're going to have to be very careful that we're not obsessive or nitpicky about having the perfect relationship or the perfect finances, the perfect job, perfect income. Like it is okay that sometimes, if things aren't perfect, and sometimes when things aren't perfect, they're still good. I'm probably the last one to even talk about this because I have a Capricorn moon, and I find with that whenever I make a cake and I do cake decorating or I'll do something, I want it to be perfect. And sometimes if it's going to be like a showcase when I put my cakes in at the Easter show for prizes, I'm always obsessing over it, wanting it to be perfect. Or if I do a cake for someone or a client, everything that I do, even when I'm doing my readings, I do want it to be perfect, and I'm very critical of myself. But especially when we're going into Venus in Virgo, people are going to be obsessive about having that perfect relationship or that picture perfect thing that makes them that happy or brings up that love, or even our finances. So it is that job, or it is the budget, or how we're thinking about money, about how things are going to be perfect. And with the other transits that were going on, especially when we're looking at Taurus with that Uranus and the node still in Taurus here, it's not going to be perfect. It's probably going to be unexpected bumps in the road that's coming in with the Venus. So we just got to be careful this week not to obsess about those sort of things. Even with relationship, we look at networking. We've got Mars here who is in Gemini. So this is going to, bringing out the things of action to do with networking and being in our social scene, networks, seeking that knowledge, that truth of things. So this is all going to play aspects to this Venus that we've got coming up. And, by soon, we're going to have so many planets in retrograde. The only planet that's going to be moving forward is actually Venus. Yes, we're going to have the sun and the moon, but they're not planets. The sun is a star, and the moon is not a planet at all. So we're going to it might start to feel like things are starting to slow down. Might feel less active to do things, to push through things. So be mindful of this. So knowing that these things are coming up, it's going to be very hard to have that picture perfect relationship or that picture perfect income or money stream. There's always going to be hiccups in the road, and I think it's hard for anyone to have that perfect situation to take place around them. Some people are very lucky, but even you'll find the person who, like, even Elon Musk, I'm sure, richest person in the world, I'm sure not everything is perfect that he does. Well, we can see everything's perfect. There's always hiccups in the road. So what I also feel like this week coming ahead, especially coming in where we've got this Neptune in Pisces and it is in retrograde, we are looking at that sometimes through rose-colored glasses, I feel like too coming up this week, again with that meeting up that Venus, or not um, creating like angles, or just something with that Venus. I feel like that's matching up with the Neptune, about having those rose-colored glasses on, looking things through, a rosy way. But I just can't get over that obsession if it may come up this week. What else I was getting for this week coming up ahead here, I was getting slow down and take control of every situation that you can. So I feel like it's not the time, you may not even feel like the energy is there for you to go fast paced when we've got Mercury and Venus going into shadow. So that means that yes, they're moving forward, but they're going into retrograde soon. So they'll be going backwards. So moving to where they have been. So it's like a shadow. So I just feel like it is time to situations or tasks that we have to come up, it's slow down and do it with care. Don't try to rush things this week. I feel like when we take our time, and this is also going with that Venus in Virgo, when we take our time to get it done, the situation, or work things out and not do it so rushed, it's going to be better and work out better. The way we'll be able to think about things will be able to fall more into place. Okay, I've also got here, try not to be a control freak. So again, this is like a Virgo thing. So, try not to, and I guess I'm the last one too, because when I've got a project on, or if I'm in charge of something, I'll like to know what's going on. And yeah, I'll often just feel like I'll just do things myself. But it's like about trying not to do that. Try to relax more, take a step back, and to let people help. And of course, if they're not doing it the right way, if they're making more mess, of course, that's when you step in. But try not to be so obsessive about things. And that's what I've got here. Don't obsess with little things. Like, don't try to relax. And that can be very hard in stressful situations, I know. But I feel this week there has to be an aspect of trying to relax, taking our time to getting with things and not obsessing over small things, especially when things that don't matter. Like here, don't nitpick about every little thing. So it's okay for things not to be perfect. Of course, if you're in a bad situation, get out of that situation. But if it's in a situation where, I don't know, someone doesn't put the toothbrush away, like these are little things that you can look over. I've also got here, be careful of scammers. So this is also coming up, I think, with the Uranus in Taurus. So there's a lot of scams coming up. I find more now, you're getting more phone calls or just more emails. There's more scams that are coming up, even like, social media. So just we've got to be careful of those things this week. I've got take the good with the bad. So I feel like this week is just about gliding through the week with ease, taking things as you come, the good and the bad. Celebrate the good, the bad not so much, but try to not let it stress you out so much. I also can hear, like, don't panic. Don't get into these panic moments. Try again. This week's all about trying to relax more and not getting into those panic modes or those freaking out modes, or getting too stressed. And I also feel like be aware of heightening your senses. So if you were to go out and listen to nature, or if you just sit in your house and you try to actually listen to how far you can hear out, whether you can hear the cars on the road, or if you're near the water, what can you hear on the water? I live near a train station, so what can I hear from the train station, and beyond that. And when you sit in that silence and you sit in that peace, whether it be in your house or in nature, or just find a spot to sit in, you are also heightening your senses, because you're really developing those intuitions as well. When I first was learning about this work that I do, I actually had homework. My teacher sent me homework each week, and one week it was that I had to, for as long as I could, at least for 5-10 minutes, so you just sit and look at something, or sit and just listen. And I remember I was able to see a possum. We have a lot of wildlife around where I am, and I have possums in the streets. And I got to actually just sit and watch a possum. These things will heighten your senses, and you'll make you more aware of things too. Let's go to the caller. So let me just put up the chat here and I can get to the caller. We have our first one here, which is Allison, who is in Colorado, USA. Hi, Allison. How are you?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Well, I just have a question about we are wanting to adopt our granddaughter, and because her mom is has been addicted to substances uh, for pretty much her whole life. We've had her,
Mhm.
all of her life. We've raised her, and
So
but
yeah, I feel like I just let me get some in the just get some stuff here so that you don't tell me everything. So what I feel like with this is that you're trying to step in to also protect your granddaughter, but you're just worried also as well if you don't take this step as to what's going to happen. Is
yes,
what I feel with this, and I feel like you're you tried your best with your daughter as well. It's just that she didn't listen and she just went down a different path that you have. I also feel like there could be a little bit of there's somewhere with guilt. Someone has guilt with this too. But what I want to say is that just remember everyone has their own path, and whatever like what it be will be. Um, with your granddaughter, I do feel like there's a lot of love there she has for you, and um, I do feel like when you submit this paperwork or when you start doing the thing, I do feel like you could be successful with this because I am seeing you like excited and happy as well. Um, I don't feel like the child wants to go back to her mum, but at the same time, I do feel like the mum will still see the child. Um, there's a juggling act here with this too. Like I feel like you're trying to juggle everything around, or there's some sort of juggling like with this. But I do feel like it may not be straight away. It may take some time because I feel like you're going to have to. This is something. There's going to be a waiting time with this, like waiting things out, which is going to cause you a lot of like nervousness and stress as well. Um, but at the end, I do feel like you will be getting what you would hope. Um, but at the same time, at the moment, I feel like just be careful because I feel like there's people around you that might not be like it's like the this cat here with the sharks around him. So I feel like you're the person in the middle, and they got the sharks around. So just I feel like just be careful um, as well. There is a luring
okay.
here, so someone alluring luring. So there could be someone. Is there someone else involved with this? Is there someone else that wants the child?
Um, well, she previously didn't know who the or didn't wasn't sure who the father was or something, but I've since learned that she's tried to reach out to somebody to collect child support, and which she doesn't even have custody or anything. But that is an issue, something that we're worried about is, what if they scrounge up a father who all of a sudden, appears that, hasn't been in her life. And, I'm
Mm.
sure anybody who she's had in her life isn't like a quality type of person
That's
either. And that's something that we're very worried about because, I mean, like you said, I just want to protect my granddaughter and I don't want her, you know,
yeah.
in
Well,
that type of lifestyle.
yeah, because I do feel like there's like it's kind of standing out to me like luring. So I do feel like there could be someone else that does come on maybe on the scene to also want to claim this child or to see to just to see her. I just feel like with the daughter, she's just trying to she's on a path, she's looking for something, but she's trying to scrounge up money. Like she's trying to scrounge up like money or juggle money and finances as well. She doesn't have her priorities set in the right places though, and I do feel like that there is going to come a time where she is going to try and seek help for um the things that she's using and the things that she's going through. I do feel like there will come a time when she will try to seek some sort of help with that. But I do see you I know this card is standing out to me, and this card to me is like everything that you want. It's success, it's happiness, it's like happy families. So I do feel like you are going to get what you are trying to get. But I do feel like it could be a little bit of juggling around and a little bit of hard work. And I do feel like there's going to be sort of like caseworkers or people, involved from, um, government, like agencies. I'm not sure what you
Mhm.
call them over there, but um, I do feel at the end, I do feel like there's going to come a time too where your daughter is going to maybe move away from this as well, where she won't want to, maybe won't want to claim it, or maybe it's wait, yeah, this card is standing out to me too. It means someone's exiting. I don't feel like it's you. I feel it could be more your daughter. Um,
Okay.
but you're prepared to fight, and I do feel like you're going to be okay. Just keep your eye on detail. Um, there is a money, so I feel like uh, this, if it could be your daughter trying to, find money, but it could be also you having to spend money. There is money with this, as well, or juggling finances. So whether this is your daughter or you, someone trying to juggle around finances, but I just feel like it's going to be worth it in the end. I do feel like this will be settled within, I got a two, so whether it's 2 months or 2 years, there's something about a two with this. Uh, but I do feel like the child, in the end, she'll be happy, but she's going to get there's a tug of war over her. So I do feel like there is going to be someone else trying to get this. Because I just see the girl being fought over, or trying to pull her from each side. So tug of war.
Well, yeah, my daughter, she's delusional and thinks that she can be a good mom and is a good mom, and and that's just not the case, so she's not easily wanting to just sign over custody, or she thinks like it'll look bad if she just signs over custody instead of,
Mm.
thinking that
Well,
she's securing her future,
yeah, and I do feel like there's someone else. Like I feel like she's being. Like I feel like the department or whoever's involved with this does know, and I do feel like she is being sort of watched as well. So, um, you're going to be seen as the more. I just feel like you're going to be seen more as a favored person. But sometimes when people do. I used to work with people with drug issues and alcohol issues, mental health issues, and it's like anyone, except for they obviously taking substance. But everyone has their own reality and their own belief system, um, no matter what it is. And that's something that even though we know it's not right and we know it's different, to them it's just that's her reality, unfortunately. But there will come a time I feel like that she will wake up. Um, but it's just a waiting game. But I do feel like you'll do the right thing by your granddaughter.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I
Okay,
appreciate you.
that's okay. No worries. Hope you have a good day. Thank you for
You
calling
too.
in. Okay, so we're going to go to the next caller now. So we have here, which is Angelina. He's in Brooklyn, New York. So hi, Angela. Sorry.
Hi.
Hi, Angela.
How
How are you?
how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you today?
Well, I'm going through a bunch of stuff. My husband had passed away a few years ago, and I have a stepson and granddaughters. And financially and family wise, plus my everything was in chaos. Now, selling my co-op apartment, studio apartment. I live in a house, and I'm selling my apartment, and I'm trying to find it. It was a big process where things weren't going right, and it looks like maybe I might see the light. And I'm just wanted to see what you tell me, because between family, financial, and everything, it was very chaotic, and I want to just kind of get back to some kind of normal.
Okay. All right. Let me see what I can get for you. See what's coming up for you in the cards. You sound like you're very busy and a lot of stuff going on there. So let's see what's coming
Yeah.
up for you. So you're wanting to sell your apartment, is that correct?
Yes,
Is that all?
I'm in the
Yes,
process
okay.
of going to a closing.
Oh, okay. So it's been sold. It's just that it's like, is that like the contract the settlement. Is that what it's going through? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I do see you getting a house though. So I do see you in to me, this is a house that I'm seeing
live
you're
in a
in, not
house.
an apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, you live
Yeah.
in a house. Oh, okay. So the apartment's just something,
Yes.
something else.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Look, this selling of this unit, I do feel like it is going to help you, but it's going to go to different things. I can see like you trying to divide it up into different different things that you're going to be spending it on. And I do feel like with you, it has been very like up and down and tricky, like a roller coaster ride. And you just get the end and you're feeling very tired and worn out as well.
Yes.
Um, I do feel like by February next year, you're kind of out of this situation that you're in, or things are getting better. So this card is standing out to me, and I get February. So this card is like coming out of the tunnel, and it's like there's a nice picture. So I do feel like it's going to be February for you to come out of the tunnel and into the nicer place. With everything that you're going through at the moment. But I also feel like, so is it your husband? So I just got a male and they're stamping their feet. So is someone that's very stubborn around you, maybe doesn't want to do something or move, or is there a male around you like that? I just feel someone very stubborn. So just stamping
I have a
their
lot
feet.
of people stubborn around me.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to move. I have a cousin that I'm very close to that's kind of ill, and then my stepson and the granddaughters that I feel like I'm pulling away from them more and more. And I get pressure from my family, from my cousin's family. This kind of pressure, like I try to help, and sometimes everything gets kind of overwhelming. I put too much on myself.
Yeah, like we all do. What I want to say to you is I feel like in finances, I don't feel like, try not to give much money, things away. Because I see people putting their hand out. So I do feel people might wanting a loan or money, or it could be just they wanting your help. And I do feel you got to kind of take back your energy and keep it within yourself. There is this unity card here, or togetherness card is standing out. So I do feel like this is you and your family will be coming back together again, in a more peacefulness or celebrative way. I also feel like there is some sort of, like, when I see this card, it is some sort of step up to do with job or finances. So I do feel like that will come into you as well. And I do feel like that's more next year than this year. It's like you're sort of skating on thin ice. So you're really trying to put it together, but you're just on thin ice. So the stepson and daughter, wasn't it? But they're like your own. So I feel like even though they're your step, you treat them like your own. That's what I feel like with you.
And they always, and I feel like I'm getting further and further apart from them.
It's just I feel like with them, it's more of that was your husband that's passed, isn't it? That's what you said.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's like a hole that has not replaced. Like it's like there's a gap there, and it's to do with that, the passing on there, and it's kind of like they're doing their own thing as well. Are these people? Are they like adults? Looking at like they're adult. Are these like adults, young adults?
Well, the granddaughters, one's 18, one's 13, and then my stepson.
Okay, so the 18s for me it's a young adult here. I feel like the 13-year-old is like a typical, like a teenager who's doing her own thing, but she's very she's just focusing on something that she's really focused on, and she just can't get away from what she's focusing on. I feel like it is important for you to make sure and ensure that you're always there for them as well. I kind of feel like you're kind of all that they have. I'm not sure where their mother is in this, but I just feel like you're the one that you're their rock, like you're the one they do have on their side or with them, and they will remember that. It's like sometimes with young people, especially when they get in their teens, they kind of go off the off the road a bit, and they do what they want. And as much as you want them to look and see and do what you want them to do, they just won't do. But I do find with people when they get into their 20s, at like especially mid to late 20s, they look back and they realize who was actually there for them, and they do come back. So, and I do feel like they will never forget you, and especially the 13-year-old, she will need you. She does need to. There is something else she needs to concentrate on instead of. I'm not sure what it is, if it's schoolwork or what it is she's just obsessing with or can't keep her eyes off. But I do feel like there is something else that she does need to address or look to. I do feel like with you as well is that you need to really block other people out and do, because you know what to do and you have it in you too. You've got this great intuition and you've got this in, but your cousin or whoever else is trying to change your mind, it's confusing you, and it's really thinking you back twice. And I just feel like you kind of block these people out and just make your decisions and stick with it and follow through with that. And I feel like that will take you on a bigger experience. Like you're going to feel more empowered, but you will pull through this. 'Cause I just feel like you just got too many people who's changing your mind. It's too much and it's clouding everything.
Yeah,
That's
pulling
coming.
me in there, like pulling me in different directions.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like by February, things are getting a bit better for you. I do feel like the kids will they'll come around. They just don't know how they express themselves too. As I said, I feel like there's a gap missing with their dad passing as well. But I feel like it's very important that that they know that you were always there for them. Because I just feel like they're going to need you, especially coming up in the next 6 to 12 months. But I will leave it there with you. Sorry to cut it short. We're just running out of time here. But I will leave it there. But I hope I have helped you a little bit today.
Thank you so much.
That's okay. All right. I just think everyone that's coming up this week, as I said, we've got with this Venus in Virgo, let things be. And as I was getting for this week, just take a step back and really try and live in the moments and try not to obsess over things. But I will leave it there for today. But if you want to catch me, you can through my Facebook, which is Lady D Psychic Parties, my Instagram and TikTok, Lady D S Psychic, my YouTube, which is Lady D or Danielle Psychic. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you for next week's show. So bye for now.